Hey, it's Ramonda Cottrell with www.brickhousetalk.com, and laughter is definitely in the air here at Brickhouse Talk. I have a very special guest here with me. He makes me laugh every time I've seen him, and his name is Big Tree. Hey, how are you today, Big Tree?
Good. How about yourself?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by Brickhouse Talk. We really appreciate it. And the first thing I want to start off this interview with is your name, Big Tree. Where did that name come from?
My name is Big Tree. I apologize. You know, we're microphone. You know,
you got it.
This with the mic. Basically, I got the Big Tree concept because my name is Travoy for the record, and people messed it up so bad that I had to just leave the last part off and just call myself Tree. And the big part is this, you know, I love big things.
Well, I surely can understand that you like big things because you're making big moves out here in the Bay Area with your comedy. I've seen you on several occasions, and each time it's been a pleasure. So for the viewers that have not had the opportunity to see your work, can you explain to them or give them a little history about you?
Basically, I've been doing comedy probably for now about 2 years, and I think once I picked it up, it was just a beautiful thing. I started at the 821, which is a local club out of Hayward, and I was doing that probably every Thursday. And then I just started just branching out, Tommy T's, Pepper Bellies, you name it, Hole in the Wall, Dorsey's Locker, any place where I can get on the microphone and hone my skills. That's basically what I've been doing. Right now I'm just trying to find my voice, getting a little bit more comfortable on the mic where I can be able to talk in front of the public, which is not an easy job. You know, talking in front of people is probably one of the biggest fears of men. You know, we don't know it, but yet, you know, it's very hard to talk in front of people right now. I'm a little nervous right now with Ramonda looking at me. I'm just kidding.
Well, why don't you hold a mic and
Beautiful.
you just do that?
Beautiful.
Okay, so let me ask the question. So you said you've been doing comedy for about 2 years, and where was your first show? Where did you first get on stage?
The 821 in Hayward, and it was basically a dare. It started off as a dare. I said, hey, you know, I think I can do that. And the dude was like, nah, I don't think you can do it. I was like, I think I probably can do it. And I'm not gonna lie, Robbie wasn't the best the first time, maybe, you know, and then the second time I think I did horrible. And then it was a little like, should I still keep doing this or not? And then I just said, you know what? I just started writing just little things, and basically comedy is nothing but a funny way of telling the truth. Everybody has their own little style, what they do. I don't knock anybody for what they're doing. Me personally, I just try to think that the truth is the funniest things, you know. Some of the things that you're growing up doing, you know, girlfriends, relationships, you know, some of those things are some of the most funny things that you can really pick up, you know. So I try to keep it as real as possible, but yet edgy, you know.
Well, I find it really hard to believe that it was a dare because you do it so naturally when you're on stage. So are you saying that you never, like growing up, ever wanted to be a comedian? Did you have that in you, or, you know, did it just evolve one day you were at a comedy club and someone dares you to go on stage?
Basically, I always been the class clown. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think I don't know when to shut up sometimes. I'll be honest with you. So I think I've always had a little wit, a little bit of funny, but I never thought of it like sitting on stage and making people laugh. I was uncomfortable. I was, you know, a little self-conscious about, you know, my look. Do I look good? Or, you know, so I was like, nah, I'm not really ready for that. But then I was like, you know, I always got referrals. I think I was class clown. I may have been, both spirited. I always was, you know, real lively and stuff like that. When we had jamborees, I probably would do the most craziest stuff, jump on the field, take off my shirt, you know. So I've always been crazy. So I always had that little natural little thing with that. So that's kind of where it derived from. And then once I seen it being done, I was like, you know, I think I can do that, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really for sure, you know what I mean, until I really tried it. And once I tried it, it was like a drug, I want to say, you know, and it was like something, it was like an addiction, you know what I mean? So now every time I get on the mic, you know, it's like how I took the mic from you,
exactly.
Let me take this. This is what I do, you know? But it's just a natural reaction that, you know, once I get on the mic, it's like I love it, you know? It's like I get, you know, like high off of it, you want to say, you know?
You know, one thing that's distinctive about you is your voice. It's very rugged, like, and it's different because when I heard you the first time, and then you were teasing some women in the audience, oh girl, you know what I'm saying, like that or whatever. I think that that's a good thing that you have, and it's something unique because I haven't heard a comedian with a raspy voice like that. And you yourself, you really like to interact with the women. What is that about? I know, and a lot of women, they really like, ooh, he looking at me, or whatever and stuff. So is that just something that you do just to, play with the women or whatever, or do you be serious sometimes?
Comedy is a funny way of telling the truth. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like with us, especially as comics, our biggest audience is women. Y'all the loudest. You guys, especially if you have a couple of drinks, you guys are, hey baby, and, so I mostly try to cater to the women. Dudes, they kind of like, I think I could do that. I'm funnier than him. You know what I mean? So I kind of get that sense of I'm more comfortable with talking to women, just on that sense that I'm trying to build a fan base. I am trying to cater to women to a degree because they come out, they spend a little bit more money, they have better jobs right now. So, that's what I do. I try to cater to the women, and I try to uplift them as well. I don't try to bash them or degrade them, you know what I mean? I try to uplift them as well as making it funny,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So growing up or even today, are there any comedians out there that you look up to?
Yes. Right now, locally, you got a guy, Kirk McHenry. He's a funny guy. I'm not gonna lie. He's been doing it for a while. He's a very funny guy. He's one of the first guys that I seen, and he actually was one of the first guys that let me get on the microphone. And to him, I much respect. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, what he does is he always give you fresh material. It's like, in the comedy game, everything is now recycled. Everybody is biting off of everybody, looking for the cookie cut comic, a robotic comic, I call them, everything, you all can finish the joke almost before they say it. Right. You got LA comics, you got the New York comic, the Atlanta comic. I think comedy is just universal. If it's funny, it's funny. White, black, Chinese, green. If it's funny, it's funny. So I'm more or less trying to, I got to be myself. Right. I'm urban. I can't take that away, but I also want to be universal urban. Mm-hmm. I want my message to get across that as I'm also being funny, but I'm trying to teach as well, right. And that's what my goal is.
And as you know, Kirk McHenry was on our show, and we've talked about before we did this interview, those people out there stealing material. Because I tried to look for some YouTube clips of you, and there was nothing out there. Why is that?
I tend to stay away from the YouTube, on the contingency that, a lot of times you have comics out there that's working hard on their craft and spending a lot of valuable hours at writing material, and you have people across country and across the world that's now can just see you basically via internet and don't even have to come and pay to go see your show. I can see your show for free, you know what I mean? And so in essence, you're basically giving your craft away for free. I mean, I'm trying to get paid for it. I also want to be funny, but I also want to get some money. Right. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, we already know that it's a drought on originality. Everybody's trying to be somebody else. And my thing is, when you're doing the YouTube and the World Stars and any of the other internet things, yes, it's a great mobility to get your craft out there, but at the same time, it can also hurt you in the end because let's say you go to that state and try to get them to pay you, they're gonna be like, well, we already seen that from another comic, Right. So it's a gift and a curse, I want to say.
So what makes your style different than another comedian? How are you different?
Well, with me, like I said, I tend to try to be myself, first of all, and can't nobody be you if you're originally being you, and if you really feel it in your heart, I think people will feel it within their heart. You know what I mean? It's like, we're just balls of energy, and at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is just give you guys a movie, you know what I mean? Give you guys something to see where you can get away and just have a break and laugh and say, hey, well, my life is not as bad as his, you know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes that's what I try to do, and I try to also give the truth, but also teach. Right. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to just tell you a bunch of jokes and have you going to work the next day and not thinking about, hey, well, what he said was funny, but yet it was true, mm-hmm. And, try to correct that, saggy pants, you know what I mean? Poor parenting, you know what I mean? I make it funny, but yet it's true. Right. You got a lot of these kids out here that know how to Dougie, but they ain't doing no study, right. And that's the sad part.
And then I heard you say, I seen you actually at Dare to Laugh. You were hosting the event out in Antioch, and you told a joke about relationships and about women going into the boyfriend's or the husband's phone and stuff or whatever, and then the phone that does the little stuff, and you say they put like powder on it, try to dust the finger. I was like, that's true,
Yes.
You probably had some woman going home trying to do that. So
Yes.
you're very animated when you're on stage, and that's why I really like seeing you out there. So with that said, is there any other venue that you're looking to perform at?
Yeah, right now I'm in the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, which is a big comedy competition in Oakland. It's been around probably for like 20-something years. You've probably seen some of the greatest comedians from Jamie Foxx, Robin Harris, D.L. Hewley. You name it, pretty much anybody that's been on this comedy scene that's made it has been on this comedy competition. I'm gonna be there. This is coming up on May 18th through the 20th, and I'm there Saturday. So hopefully I'll make it to the finals, and bring you guys something that's fresh and something new, and hopefully make it to the next level. I'm always at Tommy T's. I'm always at the campus lounge in Hayward. I'm at both of the Tommy T's all the time. I'm at the one in Pleasanton. I'm at the one in San Francisco. I'm also at the Berkeley Repertory Theater. We're gonna have the Bay. I'm part of the Bay Boys of Comedy, and we'll be having a show June 15th and 16th at the Bay Area at the Berkeley Repertory Theater. Where else? I'm all over. You can find me on Facebook at Big Tree the Comic. I have a Twitter as well. Yeah, find me at Big Tree the Comic as well on Twitter. And hopefully you'll see me at a stage near you.
And if you haven't seen him, can I have my mic back now? So if you have the opportunity, please go out and support Big Tree, the comedian. He is hilarious. You won't be disappointed. And I, again, thank you so much for stopping by Brickhouse Talk. Keep us informed with what's going on with you. We would love to let our viewers know. And keep doing what you do. You're excellent.
Thank you. Thank you guys, too.
This is Ramonda Cottrell with Big Tree, www.brickhousetalk.com.